You say the word wedding and the price doubles. How many times have you heard that? This drives me insane. Hi, welcome to Weekly Wedding Cake Business Tips. I am Jenny and I help wedding cake makers be better business owners by booking more weddings and attracting their ideal clients. So thank you for being here. Okay, this week's tip is based on a viral Instagram video I saw last week. So let me tell you the story and then I'll get back into this. So the post was by a couple who posted a picture of their two-tiered wedding cake, and the caption was, we saved $700 on our wedding cake, saying it was a birthday cake. That's why we didn't tag the baker. Now, I go immediately to the comment section and all these things. So I thought that people were going to be like, oh my God, that's so horrible. How could you lie to your baker? Blah, blah, blah. Well, again, this was a viral video, thousands and thousands of views and a ton of comments. All these people were commenting on, that's so great. I'm so sick of weddings being more expensive for no reason. You just say wedding and all of a sudden it's more money, blah, blah, blah. And then it made me think, this is what people actually think. They think that we are sitting here doing nothing, just making a whole bunch of money. And that could not be further from the truth. In fact, the biggest joke in the industry is none of us could afford ourselves, right? So I don't know any of my friends that are self-sufficient that are making millions of dollars on weddings. We just aren't, especially if you're making cakes. Cakes are really, really time consuming and there's only a certain amount of money that you can charge. So it made me think, like, what the heck? How did it get this way? Why are people thinking this? And then let me even tell you how angry people were. So I was going through all the comments like I always do, and like I said, everybody was like, oh my God, that's so great. They shouldn't be price gouging you, blah, blah, blah. So there was this one comment. He's like, caterer here. And he started to talk about the service industry and about why things are more expensive. And I liked the comment. All I did is put a little heart next to it. I just liked the comment, right? So several people, not just one or two, more than one or two, several people saw that I liked that comment along with hundreds of other people that liked the same comment. They took the time to go to my Instagram account and go down on my reels, not just one or two reels, several reels, and start making comments on my reels saying, you price gouge. I would never get a cake from you. I hope your business fails. Like all of these comments saying that I love to charge extra money for like what I'm doing. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. First of all, then I had to, first, how pathetic of a life that you have to take the time to go and do that. So of course, what I had to do, I had to go block these people. I had to get rid of the comments. I mean, it was just ridiculous. I removed my like from the comment, right? So I thought, I am not touching that. And that's why I'm not posting the video here, because I don't even want people coming after my business. But I do want to draw this to your attention because this is actually happening. So again, it made me just have to reach out and make sure that everybody knows, first of all, it's a different service, it's a different level of service. Doing a wedding is different. I don't care who you are. I don't care what kind of wedding it is. I don't care. A wedding is different than a birthday, okay? And there's a level of care that goes into that. I'm not saying that people don't care about making their birthday cakes. They absolutely do. But things are different in doing a wedding. For instance, you can't be sick. You can't be late. You can't have your children get in the way. You can't have family get in the way. You are missing family obligations because the wedding that you're doing is more important. Okay, those are just some of the things. Like, we cannot mess up. You can't have anyone else do it except for you. For most of us, I make all my cakes. I don't have anybody else finishing them. So those are the things. Like, those are just a few of the things that you have to make sure that people know. Like, it is different when you are doing a wedding. And I'll tell you a little story. Here's one. I don't go anywhere on a delivery day. If I have weddings that day, I barely leave my house. I live about a half mile from my kitchen. I barely leave. And there was this one day, it was probably, I don't know, 10 years ago. um, it was a Saturday. I had a very easy wedding in the afternoon, and I was just sitting around all day. It was beautiful out, and I decided to go to my friend's house, which is probably, I don't know, 2 miles away, maybe less, to go for a walk. So I drive over to her house, and then I go to leave. I'm like, all right, and now I leave in plenty of time, right? Because we always leave extra time for everything. I leave in plenty of time, and there's a roadblock at the end of her street, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. Okay, so then I go the other way, and there's another roadblock, and I'm like, well, what is going on? So I go back to the first one, and there happens to be a paramedic there, and I was like, hey, just check in. I just need to get by, and he's like, no, you can't get by. And I said, well, I gotta go home. And I didn't tell him why. I'm like, well, I gotta go home. And he's like, oh, no, you can't. And I said, well, is there a problem? He said, yeah, there's a road race. I said, oh, okay. Well, I said, I actually have a wedding to deliver to. And he's like, yeah, try the other side. So I go to the other side, the other end of the street. I'm running back and forth. So I go to the other end of the street, and there's a cop there. And I was like, hey, I have a wedding, and I heard the road is closed. Can you just let me go so I can go home? And he's like, no, it's a road race. We can't let you do that. I'm like, um, now I'm sweating. Okay. I'm like getting nervous, but I'm like, all right, I'm sure I can work this out. And I was like, well, I really have to, how long is this going to be going on? Are there any other access roads that I can get out of here? I just need to go home. And, um, and he said, no, there's another cop down the other way that you can talk to. I'm like, all right, I'll go look for somebody else. So now I'm thinking like, all right, I could walk home, but then I don't have my car. I need my car to deliver these things. So now I'm like full on sweat. I'm dying inside. Like, oh my God, I have to go. Now I still have plenty of time because I did leave extra time, but I'm running all over the place. Like I probably ran the same amount that they rode on the stupid road race. And it was a color race too. So there was like colors all over the place, when like colors in the smoke or whatever, however they do it. So, freaking out. So then I go down to the first cop, and I was like, hey, the other cop sent me back here. Or that was a paramedic. So I went back to him and I said, hey, the cop sent me back here. I tried it again. And he said, you're going to have to talk to the captain. He's down the hill. Like, okay, so now I'm like running down a hill. So I'm running down this hill, and I see this cop way in the distance. And I go down the hill, and there's this guy standing there with sunglasses on. And I'm ready to speak, and he flips up his glasses and he goes, hi, Jen. And I'm like, oh my God, it's one of my friends from high school. And I'm like, I am like, I just want to like bow down and kiss his feet. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Kevin, I'm so glad you're here. And I explained the situation to him. Well, he got me a police escort out to my house so I could deliver my cakes. Now, this is what it takes for a wedding cake designer or anybody in the wedding industry. We go above and beyond, and that is why it costs more money. We are not taking multiple jobs that we can't handle. I mean, if you are, you're doing your business wrong, or you got to find out a way to manage that. But we are putting our full attention into that one job. There are no mistakes. They're like I said, you can't be late, you can't miss a thing. These are things that you just have to, you have to understand that when you go into this industry, it's just how it is. Okay, where most of us are using higher quality ingredients. Everything is made from scratch. If there's a food restriction, I actually get on the phone with the person and say to them like, hey, can you describe your actual restriction? Is it an allergy? Is it a preference? So that I make sure that there's no cross-contamination in any way in my kitchen. We accommodate everything. We talk to aunts. We talk to mothers. We talk to sisters. We talk to like best men. All the things. We do whatever we have to do to make sure that our couples are completely trusting us and making sure that they are stress-free. So it's our job to take on that extra stress to take it away from them. That's why weddings cost more. Okay, it's not just the product. So that is what I wanted to explain to you. And then also, like I said, this is apparently not common knowledge. People are, again, thinking that we are just sitting here raking in the dough and not even doing anything extra. But this is the level of care that goes into a wedding. So it's our job. This is what I took from that video. It is my job and my job to share with you, we need to educate people and make sure that they know what they're getting when they get us. They are not just getting a baker, they're getting a team member. We offer tastings. That's an extra hour. I make special cakes for people so that they can try them. It all takes time. Like, if somebody wants to bring their family in, I do my best to accommodate that for their tasting. We do whatever we can to make sure that we're offering an amazing experience for our couples, because guess what? They're probably not going to have a wedding once a year like they do their birthday. So it is different than a wedding. So this is my public announcement to make sure that you guys are sharing with your couples what it is that makes you different. Put it on your social media. If you offer a special service, I offer still in-person tastings. I will never stop doing that unless something major happens, but I will never stop doing that. I love doing that. I custom design everything. I work with my couples to work with their budget. We do whatever we can to make sure that they are getting their dreams fulfilled on their wedding day. So that is I wanted to share with you today. If you do want to go look for that video, it is on Instagram, and check it out. I do not recommend making any comments because you're going to get eaten alive. Okay, so thank you so much for being here. If you do want to go further, I think that I do offer one-on-one coaching. So just email me. I'll put my email in the description. We do have the Wedding Cake Business Academy coming out April of 2026. So if you want to get in on the list for that, you can email me. If you want to do a 15-minute little discovery call, totally free. We can talk one-on-one to see if I can help you with your business. Okay, so again, thank you for being here, and I will see you next week. Okay, bye.